Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. This is Empowerment Through Science, a journey of exploration. And this episode is our second episode, which is in commemoration of World Water Day and National Water Month, which was in the month of March here in South Africa. And we are really in this episode exploring the importance of water conservation and sustainability. So in this special episode, we will delve deep into the significance of World Water Month, highlighting the importance of water conservation and sustainability, and also looking at some technologies that have been employed around water conservation. We'll also explore global challenges related to water scarcity, pollution, and access to clean water. So please enjoy this session or this episode of the podcast where we will speak about water. So water is the elixir of life, essential for the survival of all living organisms, including yourself. From the tiniest microorganisms to majestic whales, water is the common thread that connects all forms of life. So without water, please know that life as we know it would not exist. It would really cease to exist. Like within your household, you need water to cook, you need water to drink, you need water to do your laundry, you need water to clean your house, you need water to flush your restrooms, and you need water to wash your pets or your dog or your cat. And so water possesses a remarkable combination of importance and significance, and its ability really to exist in three states of solid, liquid, and gas allows it to adapt to various environments and play diverse roles in the ecosystem. And I'm sure that I'm now taking you back to your memories of high school. But it's important to note just that adaptability of water. And I think we will look at that when we're trying to really now get some empowerments from the properties of water and how we can apply that in our lives. So a World Water Day is celebrated annually in March. So it was celebrated on the 22nd of March, serving as a global observance aimed at raising awareness about the importance of fresh water and advocating for the sustainable management of water resources. So it's important, because of the importance of water, to actually have this global observance and spread this awareness around water. So the significance of World Water Day lies in its ability to draw attention to the critical issues surrounding water, including water scarcity, water pollution, inadequate access to clean water and sanitation, and the impacts of climate change on water resources. So by focusing on these issues, World Water Day seeks to mobilize governments, organizations, communities like yourselves, and individuals like yourself to take collective action to safeguard water for present and future generations. And it's really that present and future generations really speaks to sustainability and the fact that you want water to still be around for your children and their children's children and their children's children. The goals and objectives of National Water Month in South Africa specifically and the world align closely, as both initiatives, the National Water Month and the World Water Day, aim to promote awareness, education, and action around water-related issues. So I hope that where you are, you have come across the fact that we were celebrating World Water Day on the 22nd of March, and you were able to participate nearby your community in whatever activities that were taking place. I just want us to look at the global water crisis and the fact that we are facing, such a crisis. The fact that the current state of global water resources presents a complex picture and is characterized by a myriad of challenges ranging from water scarcity and pollution. So water scarcity really refers to the fact that we're currently facing a situation where we do not have enough water to meet our demand. So we do not have enough water to provide to the millions of people that are currently on Earth. And another school of thought, right, speaks to the fact that if we managed our existing water resources, then we would be able to actually provide for the demand that we have. But a lot of research has shown the fact that we do not have enough resources, and we are currently encountering water scarcity. And also with the pollution, it refers to the fact that with the water resources that we have, a lot of stuff ends up going into our water resources, and we're unable to really get out of the water resources enough that we should, because a lot of it is polluted. So those are some of the challenges that we're facing, and these challenges have significant implications for communities, for ecosystems and economies worldwide, and this exacerbates existing inequalities and threatens human well-being and environmental sustainability. So a lot of factors make this problem bigger than, make it bigger and bigger. The fact that we have our growth, our pollution growth is at an exponential level. Urbanization, we've got climate change that is also taking place in a lot of the places in the world, and obviously unsustainable water management practices. And I did refer to the way that we are managing some of our water resources can definitely be improved quite a lot. At this point, I think also to highlight is the fact that economically, water-related challenges impose a significant risk in terms of costs on societies, ranging from healthcare expenses associated with waterborne diseases. So this is basically when there are waterborne diseases, it means more people have to seek healthcare, and it becomes expensive for the person. It becomes, expensive for the community. And also in terms of losses in agricultural productivity. So we know that when there are waterborne diseases, because the livestock, drinks some of this water, it ends up affecting agricultural production as well. And just in terms of some of the produce that is grown at some of the different areas, that also brings down productivity. So wrapping up this initial part of the conversation, it's important to mention that addressing the current state of global water resources requires concerted efforts from all of us, from local government, from national, international levels, from communities, from individuals like yourself. The water problem is not just a government problem, unfortunately. You yourself as a user can contribute to the solution. I want us to just look at quickly look at innovative solutions that have also assisted with solving some of the water issues that we have, and we're going to look at different areas and look at how some of the communities that have actually helped in leading efforts to promote water resilience and empowerment. So firstly, it's water efficient agricultural techniques, and we've seen this here in South Africa and just around the world as well, where there are different technologies and techniques around irrigation and precision farming technologies that optimize water use in agriculture and reduce water wastage. So that around agriculture, we've definitely seen a lot of input in terms of technology. Rainwater harvesting systems as well. These are systems that capture and store rainwater for various uses, such as irrigation, domestic water supply, and groundwater recharge. I mean, a lot of the areas, when you just step out of your home, you'll see that your neighbor maybe has a JoJo tank, which is usually green or gray or black or beige. Those are some of the common colors where they are capturing rainwater or harvesting rainwater, and then they're using it for different needs within the house or within the business or that kind of stuff. And also grey water recycling technologies, we are seeing this more and more, where grey water is recycled and treated, and the reuse of wastewater as well from sinks and showers and laundry for non-potable purposes such as toilet flushing and landscape irrigation. So grey water recycling technologies we've really seen a rise in that. Also, water efficient technologies in industry. So here we're speaking about using water efficient taps, for example. So you'll see now at the malls, when you open the tap, it's not just a gushing flow, it almost sprays out in bits and pieces of sprinkles. So here we're trying to be water efficient, and the recycling of water, you'll see that at a lot of the petrol stations along the national roads, water is actually being recycled. And yes, one of the soft drink companies, which I'm not going to mention by name, has an initiative that's called Every Drop Matters, and it aims to replenish the water used in its beverage production by implementing water saving technologies. There are lots of community-led management initiatives as well, which empower local communities to take ownership of their water resources. There are different initiatives all around the world that help provide awareness to communities regarding keeping their water resources clean, implementing sustainable practices, and basically ensuring that water quality is maintained at a good level. Water education and awareness campaigns have really also took a rise, and these programs have really assisted with providing awareness about water conservation and hygiene and sustainable water practices by empowering different individuals. There's also something now that is called citizen science, where you use leaders from the community or the youth from the community to assist measure your water quality, and to assist just keep an eye on some of the sources of pollution within a specific area. So we're seeing this actually take off in a lot of the countries. There are a lot of good examples around how this is actually unfolding in terms of awareness. There are lots of programs as well called Waterwise, programs that are happening within communities, programs that are happening within schools, and programs that are happening within corporates, where the importance of water conservation is emphasized through interactive lessons, through practical initiatives, etc. So there are many good examples. So even within your community now and within your actual house, you maybe perhaps need to start thinking about how you can conserve water. And the thing about water is that it's not replenishable. Once it's lost or once it's finished. That's why it's so important for us to be able to conserve it. It's a non-renewable resource. So that is what it's referred to. So now I want to turn to you and actually call you to act in terms of conserving water and ensuring sustainability efforts around the safeguarding of this precious resource for future generations. Firstly, you can initiate the conservation of water at home by fixing leaks promptly, installing water-saving devices such as low-flow shower heads and low-flow faucets, and turn off taps when not in use. So I remember one of the water utilities had an advert on TV where they were illustrating the brushing of teeth and the difference between someone who brushes their teeth while the water is running and the difference between someone who only opens the water when they're meant to rinse or use a cup. So that is just a simple example. When you're brushing your teeth, make sure you do not brush your teeth with the water flowing, and also ensure that your showers are limited in terms of time. I'm not going to prescribe to you how much of time you should take a shower for, but just to note the fact that you're able to minimize the amount of time you take on a shower as well. Also, just the collection of rainwater for outdoor use and like watering plants and perhaps indoor for flushing toilets. So that is something that you can also try and put in place as well. And you don't need to go and purchase a big expensive water Jojo tank. You can actually use whatever basins you have at home. When you know it's raining and you know that you get a gush of water in this particular corner of the yard or of the house, you put out your basins through there. And reducing water usage in daily activities. So I mentioned taking shorter towels and turning off the tap while brushing teeth. And also just ensuring that, I don't want to pick on the use of pools and the watering of gardens, but just to be mindful of the fact that you can reduce the amount of water you use for those activities. So that is very important. And also, if you are in agriculture, you can also support sustainable agricultural practices by buy locally produced and organic foods wherever possible. Because remember, depending on where your food comes from, that forms part of the water footprint of the food. So if you're purchasing locally, those foods typically require less water and have lower environmental impacts. So that is something that, as much, even if you're not growing any agricultural produce, but in the way that you purchase food, purchasing locally does assist with the general water footprint. Get involved in community initiatives. Volunteer with local organizations working on water conservation projects, river cleanups, and community gardens. Educate yourself and others as well. The fact that you're listening to this podcast tells me that you are already getting involved in initiatives to ensure that we're taking care of the scarce water resource. Engage in water monitoring and reporting if possible. If not, through the citizen science initiatives, that is also done. So I mentioned the participation in citizen science projects where you're monitoring water quality in local rivers, lakes, and streams. That becomes very important to assisting local municipalities and local authorities and reporting any water pollution and illegal dumping within the area. So that is basically, in a nutshell, some of the ways that you can be involved in saving water and in conserving water and ensuring that water is used efficiently. And because this segment of Empowerment Podcast looks at empowerment through science, I want us to look at two properties that water possesses that we can actually draw from. And one key property of water that we can adopt as a skill is its adaptability, right? Water has the remarkable ability to change states, like I mentioned, from liquid to solid, and that's in the form of ice, to gas, and that's water vapor. And that happens in response to changes in temperature and pressure. So this adaptability allows water to flow, fill containers and take on different forms. So we and I can adopt adaptability as a skill by learning to be flexible, resilient, and open to change in different situations. Just as water can adjust to its surroundings, individuals can learn to adapt to new challenges, to circumstances, and to opportunities in their personal and professional lives. So I want you to develop this adaptability of water. So every time you think about water and every time you're in a situation, think about the fact that you can leverage this kind of property and also as this will enable you to navigate uncertainty and overcome obstacles. And another property of water is the ability to flow. So this is very linked to adaptability. Water has the unique capability to flow around obstacles. So if you've got some obstacles on the way and you pour water, some of it will go to the right, to the left, and it will flow depending on where the obstacles are. So it follows the path of least resistance and adapts to changes in its environment. So this property of flow can be metaphorically applied to various aspects of human behavior and personal development. Adopting the skill of flow means learning to go with the natural currents of life rather than resisting or fighting against them. It involves being adaptable, like mentioned, flexible, and much like water flowing smoothly around rocks in the stream. So almost an easy go kind of nature. So by cultivating the skill of flow, you can navigate challenges and setbacks, right? So those are some of the properties that water has. And one last property I want us to look at that we can adopt as a skill is the ability to remain calm. I love taking walks at one of our parks. Actually, it's a hike, not just a walk, at one of our parks here in KZN, and there's a stream there that is just so calm, and you just hear the beautiful water flow and that tranquility, and it just brings such a sense of relaxation. So that is also an ability or a skill that we can adapt. Water exhibits a remarkable quality of serenity, maintains its composure despite external forces such as wind, waves, or turbulence. This property, often referred to as stillness, can be cultivated by ourselves to enhance our emotional resilience and inner peace. Adopting the skill of stillness involves developing a calm and composed demeanor in challenging situations. So whenever, just like water's stillness reflects light and creates a sense of tranquility, you also can cultivate that skill of stillness. So those are the three properties that I wanted us to just look at that speak about water. And now at this point, I just want us to wrap up and close. So we did look at what water is, the importance of water, the importance of World Water Month, the importance of World Water Day, and some of the challenges that we're faced with at a global scale, some of the innovative technologies that are in place to actually assist with water efficiency and water conservation, and also a call to action to you. We looked at some of the ways in which you could also participate in the conservation of water. And at this point, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, and please comment where you can to let us know how you are involved within your community to actually conserve this very precious resource. Thank you so much for joining us on this enlightening journey into the depths of water wisdom. Until next time, please stay curious, stay empowered, and remember that every drop counts. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in our next episode. Thank you. Bye.
Empowerment Podcast. Inspire, equip, and empower.